Yo, what is up? What's poppin'? You know it ain't no stopping. It is your boy, the International Sensei, man. Back at it again. Welcome, my friends, to the Enter the Dojo podcast, man. And across any land with this mic in my hand, it is a damn good time to be a fight fan, man. UFC just coming back to back to back to back to back with great fight cards. I love it, man. I love it. I mean, like last week's wasn't the best, like the Jessica I card, but I mean, it was still good for what it was worth. It was still decent. But it's like literally the only fight promotion that is able to put out cards right now, and I think that's like it's truly like they have like the freaking like Infinity Gauntlet at this point. They can like they're basically playing like Thanos because I mean you don't see any other promotion making fights. You know, like Glory's not, Karate Combat is not, Bellator. I'm not seeing any like Muay Thai cards out. Fun fact, I was planning a trip to go to Thailand like next year in like 2021, and when I emailed the people, they were like, "Yo, the city's on lockdown. Really can't use our gyms like that." I'm sure like they're open, like starting to open. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt they're gonna be able to like host like Muay Thai events and stuff like that. And like have like a whole like streaming setup and things like that. So who knows? But yeah, the UFC like pretty much has all the power right now when it comes to like making fights and having fighters and stuff like that. Because there's really nobody that's putting on fights right now, and it's I mean it's a great, I guess like for them it's a great place to be. I mean, from a company that really was like this close, like freaking, I'm putting my hands up like y'all could see me, but which is very close to not being a thing like in many years. I mean, who knows if like let's say if Stephen Bonner versus Forrest Griffin was a freaking snooze fest, who knows if the UFC would even be around, or if they were around, like how small would they be? You know what I mean? Like what if something like a World Combat League would have took off, or if like if like Glory would have came around that time and was able to take over before MMA did. Who knows? I mean, it's again like when it comes to like things in life, it's a lot of luck of the draw. I mean, of course, a lot of hustle, but I know they feel very fortunate to be in the situation that they're in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about that, just like the landscape of combat sports, how things could have changed if the UFC or just MMA never blew up. You know what I mean? But anyway, another great fight card this weekend. Fight Island is here, man. It is ready, and I mean, it is going to be stacked. You got Volkanovski versus Holloway 2. You got Usman versus Burns. You got Miocic versus Cormier 3. You got Till versus Whitaker. I mean, fight after fight after fight. I don't believe Till versus Whitaker is going to be on Fight Island, but it might be. I'm not sure. The rest of these are going to be all on Fight Island. And man, I cannot wait. I'm gonna try to do like a Twitch live reaction to the fights because I already know these fights are gonna be ridiculously good. But yeah, man, going to this fight this weekend, we have Blades versus Volkov. Man, this is a damn good fight in the heavyweight division. Man, the big boys ending out the card once again. I mean, there's been a couple cards with the big boys ending them out. But it's dope. I mean, I think one of the good things about this is that like a lot of good fighters are really getting some shine that probably normally wouldn't, just for the simple fact that there's so many other sports going on. Like people that don't normally watch fights aren't going to try to watch fights, but the fact that no other sport is going on, a lot of people are getting more into MMA and watching it and sharing it with their friends. Like even if it's like having little watch parties because you really don't want to be going out to bars and stuff like that. So it's great. I mean, it's a blessing to be a fight fan, and it's a blessing to be a fighter because you're one of the few people that are actually getting to work. But let's hop into this card, man. I mean, it's a pretty damn good card. It's pretty big, man. Going from the prelims all the way, there's no pictures here. What the hell? Like I know, like I'm going like UFC.com. Shouts out to them for like laying out the fight card and stuff like that, prelims and all of that. So we have Max, how do you Reskov, however the hell you say his last name, versus Austin Hubbard. I'm gonna take Austin Hubbard on this one. We have Roxanne Montefari. I know she was on the tough season with Ronda Rousey. Lauren Murphy, give me Roxanne, real tough, strong girl. I think she can get one in the win column. Haven't seen her fight in a while. Frank Camacho versus Justin Jays. Give me that big boy, Big Frank. We have Courtney Casey versus Jillian Robertson. Give me Jill. Next fight in the middleweight division is Mark Andre Barlett and Oscar Pachata. Give me. Damn, I got this one. Give me Mark. Give me Mark. And for those of you who don't know, I do this and I do a fight recap just like to see how many I got right, and then just talking about breaking down the fights the night after, just to chop it up about what I thought about the card, how the fights were. I did not do it for the last card just because I was commentating an event the night that fight card happened, and then I kind of like skimmed through it. Like I watched like main card stuff, but I skimmed through a couple of the fights, so I really didn't feel like I watched it thoroughly enough to give an opinion on it. Tisha Torres versus Brianna Van Buren. Give me Brianna Van Buren. And we got one of the OGs of the game, man. We got that boy Clay Guida versus Bobby Green. But even though Clay Guida isn't OG, I'm like, damn, this dude is still fighting. Give me that boy Big Bobby Green. And on to the main card. I mean, the main card is ridiculous. I mean, the undercard looks pretty solid. The main card is damn good as well. We got Jim Miller versus Roosevelt Roberts. Give me Roosevelt Roberts. We have Layman Good versus Belil Mohammed. Give me Layman Good. We got Raquel Pennington versus Marianne Rihanna. Give me Raquel. A big fan of Raquel Pennington. I mean, she's been doing it for a while. Had a couple of title shots. I think fought Amanda Nunes. Had a disappointing loss to Amanda Nunes, but is a warrior, man. So I think she can should be able to take the bout that night. Sean Burgos versus Josh Emmett. Excuse me, in the featherweight division. Let me take Josh Emmett. We have 8 versus 10. And we have Alexander Volkov versus Curtis Blades. I'm going to get that boy Curtis Blades. I mean, the heavyweight division is in kind of a weird place. But I think these next couple cards will definitely shake some stuff up. Of course, Cormier Miocic 3 is coming. So soon the division will finally stop being held up, because that was really the fight that was holding the division up. I personally hope for Miocic Cormier 3. I really hope that DC wins it, just so he can ride off into the sunset, retire, get that win back, and just I don't know, just retire on top. I mean, he deserves that. He's a guy that's put his heart and soul into this business, into the company a lot, working as an analyst, doing a lot of stuff for the UFC. So I think he deserves to just finish on top and ride off in the sunset with the belt for one last time. Stipe, I mean, he's a great competitor, so if he does lose, he'll probably be right back in the title picture after DC does vacate the belt, or hell, DC might feel like, hey, I mean, I got a little bit more left in me. Who knows? I hope not, just because, if you're talking about retirement, like Dana White has said, and many others have said, you might as well do it. You don't want to be halfway in on anything in life, because you can end up failing and failing hard, whether that's football, basketball, even in relationships, whatever it is. If you're not all the way into something, you don't have your heart in it, then you probably shouldn't be in it. But man, amazing cards are coming up. So many good fights. I really, honestly, this is just a side thing. I really hope that that Glory, because I love watching Glory kickboxing, I really hope that they're able to figure out a way to get fights back. I really would love that. Karate Combat as well. I mean, it's an interesting style of fighting. The rules are kind of funky, but I do enjoy watching Karate Combat as well. But yeah, man, just getting fights back on, whether it's boxing, whether it's MMA, whatever it is, combat sports, I am all for it. But with that being said, man, thank you guys for listening. That was my little rundown of the fight card that goes on this Saturday for the UFC. And of course, Fight Island is just a month away. I cannot wait for it, man. What do you guys think about Fight Island? How hype are you about Fight Island? Let me know. But with that being said, again, this is the End of the Dojo podcast. I'm the International Sensei. Follow me on Twitter at Sensei_Global21. Instagram at International_Sensei. Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Enter the Dojo podcast, hosted by yours truly, the International Sensei, man. Thank you so much for listening, and we must now exit the dojo. Us.